Hello and welcome, my dear fellas. Uh, this ain't gonna be too long stream, but I have to stay on top of things about this upcoming card. I will tell you what I played, but I will tell you fight by fight. I will go very slowly, fight by fight, and hello, Mason. There is one thing I plan to do. It's to stay away from the main fight. Yes, the fight that headlines between these two is just too much for me. I think staying away from that fight is going to be the best choice I can actually make. Yeah, Oliveira Gamrot is the most unpredictable bout on the whole card. If you're asking me, I'm confident this is the most unpredictable bout on the whole card. So I think staying away from that fight perfectly makes sense. And I know you're going to get a bit disappointed because I didn't bet on that fight, but it is what it is. I can't risk, I really can't risk with that fight because it's just too difficult. If you're asking me, that fight is extremely difficult for betting, and I have to stay away. I have to stay alert. I'm giving pretty much even chances to both fighters for the victory in that fight. And that is the reason for staying away from the main battle. But that's why I'm staying away from it. When it comes to other fights, I believe there are many super difficult fights here. And this card brought some of the closest matches I've ever seen in my life, literally. And many people believe there are mismatches on this card, but there are no mismatches like, for example, Ateba Gautier, the previous card. And let me now start and tell you what I think about the whole upcoming situation. First of all, Salmon Oliveira versus Juan Lacerda. I say, I say Oliveira to win or a no distance, or a fight starts round three. That fight is there for hello, mate. Uh, Hello, mate. How you doing? And I'm about this fight, not too confident. Julia Polastri, Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Fight starts round three or Polastri to win. I'm right in everything, so I'm not like those Angelo premium picks. Walter Walker, Mohamed Usman. I have Usman to win, or fight starts round three. Gonna be a boring fight, probably. Usman is also hard to take down or finish. Lucas Rojas, Stuart Nicol. I'm also going with fight starts round three, Roca to win. Next, we got Irina Alexeyeva versus Beatriz Mesquita. I have Mesquita to win. Then the next one is Vitor Petrino versus Thomas Peterson. I've got no distance for Vitor to win. Next is Rafael Filho versus Clayton Carpenter. Super close fight. Fight starts round three. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Thank you, City by the Bay. And now it's time for the main card. Lucas Almeida, Michael as well. I'm going with fight starts round three or Almeida to win. Many close fights here. Ricardo Ramos can awfully. I have Ramos to win or no distance. Then Yohanata Diniz Mario Pinto. I actually have Pinto to win or no distance. Pinto is a knockout guy. For me, the best ever Portuguese fighter, of course, after Manel Cup, but just trying to stay realistic. Santa Luke Alvarez got UL to win. Um, Davison Figueredo, Montel Jackson. I've got Jackson to win. Our fight starts round 3. And Charles Oliveira, Mateusz Gamrot. I'm going with over 2.5 or Charles to win if I must pick a side. If I don't have to pick a side, I think over 2.5. Both fighters very skillful in jiu-jitsu. That's what I believe is going to happen. Now, in general, let me go with the round robin. All right, first I will tell you my bets. Bets are Pinto to win, Yoel Alvarez to win. Only those two. I only have those two bets. And let me go with round robin. Let me see. I don't watch odds as well as you know when I give predictions. But let me see now. Fig is the underdog. Okay, L the favorite. Pinto is a pick'em. Ramos is a favorite. Figueredo has a chance, but I didn't want to bet round robin Almeida to win. Of course, Figueredo has a chance, but I didn't want to bet on him. Have my own reasons for staying away from that fight. Clayton Carpenter, Jafel Filho. I guess Filho to win. That one is tough. Let me see. Mesquita Akseva, no. Roja Nicol, no. Mohamed Usman. Did I have Usman to win? Or Vitor to win? Usman. Almeida to win. Yeah, I had Usman to win. I had Usman to win as a part of a round robin. Polatri, yes. Oliveira. Okay, that could be a decent round robin if you're asking me. Yeah, Figueredo stands a chance, as always, he stands a chance. We mustn't underestimate his power. It would have been totally crazy to underestimate his power in the first place. I assume it would have been totally crazy to underestimate his power. Charles in trouble. Could be. We shouldn't underestimate Mateusz Gamrot. Both fighters have an excellent jiu-jitsu. I didn't bet on that fight for a reason. Think Crawford beat the Prime Canelo? Yes. Yes. Think the answer is yes. Do you like my t-shirt, by the way? Well, it's actually a hoodie. Do you like my new hoodie? What do you think about my new hoodie? Meow, meow. This is my new hoodie. Meow. I assume it's not looking that bad, this new 40. Even though I'm more of a dog person, cats are still cute to me. Have you seen a cat fucking up a snake? Yes, I've seen that. Well, cats are pretty much agile animals, you know. And my coach asked him today, why do you call me Super Cat? And he says, you have some very weird moves and escapes, and you love cats. And I say, that is the only reason. He says, yes, that is the only reason. I'm like, is this some kind of a sick joke? He says, no, cats got the best reflexes. I know, but not because of my reflexes. I'm not confident that my reflexes are top notch. Um, I think it has more to do with my personality. I think it's more related to my personality, that nickname, stuff. My coach likes to joke around, and he is like when you walk out with a cat hoodie, everybody will think you're crazy. But if you win, everybody will bow and everybody will yell super cat. And I'm like, but we don't know whether I'm going to win or not. And he said, well, I know. I know it's impossible to know whether you're going to win or not. But if you win, everybody gonna do it. I said, yes. If they start yelling super cat, well, let them yell. Who cares? I don't have much to offer or much to condone. No. My only goal, you know which is my only goal? My only goal is to close the circle when I enter that cage. Don't know yet the exact date of the fight or when it's going to take place, but if I'm mistaken, yeah, supposed to be October, but that event in Serbia is postponed because of the political situation. And since the political situation is unstable, I will fight in Croatia in December. I'm not saying it's going to be good or bad for me. I don't know. I don't know whether it's going to be good or bad. We're about to see that. We're about to see. I know the name of the opponent, but I can't go publicly with that yet because it's not official. And knowing the name of the opponent, I think stylistically, I'm not good matchup for him. He's good matchup for me stylistically, but we're going to see. I mean, who knows? This is MMA. One punch could change everything, but also it doesn't have to change everything. I mean, you never know. He is more of a striker. He has zero BJJ knowledge. On the other side, I'm more of a BJJ guy. I can't call myself an elite striker or something like that. No, simply can't do it. On some days I'm good. On some days I just want to disappear. Like for example, today I didn't have good will to train. I had zero will to train today. Didn't have any will to train today, but I went to a training session and did my best. Also, I fucked myself up because I ate before the training session and it was so hard. Thanks, you Kali Burrito 38. I think for MMA, BGG is essential. BGG is very important if you're eligible to take your opponent down. Now, I hope I will be able to take him down because my coach told me to stay away from striking unless it's necessary. If it's the opponent we plan to have. Today, for example, my legs were extremely heavy in the sparring session. Like my legs were extremely heavy. I literally didn't have any power to counter, but I was working all day, and when I went to a training session, I felt like I went to a war zone. But anyways, it's rest day. I know next Monday I'm resting definitively. While I work on weekends, that fucks me up, you know. I work on weekends, and when you work on weekends, it's tough. And also, I had a minor surgery. I didn't tell you that last week. I had a minor surgery because I was having some weird thing on my back, like something that reminded me of a lump. Or and they told me if I don't undergo that laser surgery instantly, that I'll have to go to a real surgeon and that I'll have to rest 3 weeks, which was unacceptable. And I told them, okay, I will undergo laser right now. And the same day, I was able to train, and still I have well, still I have some marks on my back, like, how you say, like I was in the fire. I have those type of marks on my back on the place of that. Think you call it lump or whatever. But luckily, I didn't have to rest any day, which is fantastic. I didn't even know that laser surgeries are possible for minor stuff. Do you feel much better? Actually, yes, I do, because I was getting sick all the time because of that lump. And I resolved my teeth issues. I visited the dentist, and so as you see, I don't have this tooth anymore, which was creating me tons of problems, and they fixed this one. Yes, I feel significantly better since I removed that lump with the laser. But I'm looking like I've been in a war zone with fire. That's how my back look. And my coach told me like, Vlad, I mean, you could have taken 2 or 3 days rest. I told him no. We are preparing for a professional debut. And even if my back is burning, I can carry something under my rash guard to prevent it. And my coach was laughing. He said, well, it seems you're determined to win that fight. I said, listen, I'm determined to close the circle. Win or lose makes no difference to me. Win or lose makes no difference to me. And he told me, I rarely train so crazy people like you. I told him, well, did you just find out that I'm a crazy guy? He said, man, you're 37 and you don't miss a single training session. Of course, I'm not missing a single training session. What were you thinking? That's good, uncle. I think you got to manage your training because you have construction work, man. Your body needs rest. I know. When we're already talking construction, last week was rainy. We were having a lot of rainy days. And last week I worked only 2 days because there were heavy rain. And this week I had to work on Monday, unplanned though. And I work today, gotta work tomorrow, gotta work Thursday, and gotta work Friday. And then I'm refing on weekend. You are right. I probably need some rest. But last week, I'm going to be short-handed with money if I don't work 5 days this week. And don't forget that construction work is not good for a winter, because if it's under 32 Fahrenheit, Serbian law is not allowing you to work that kind of work that I'm working. So, I mean, technically you can still work, but if the inspections catch you, penalties are extremely big. So, I just don't want to be short-handed with money, man. But I need to work, work is trying to work to you motivate. I need work to save and study. That's better, I think, because I'm always in my house. Uh, yeah, college is difficult. Yeah, college school is difficult. I mean, if you can work and study, that's excellent. But it's difficult. It's a very difficult and challenging life if you got to work and study. I'm not saying it's impossible. It's possible, but it's difficult. I've got another colleague who works and studies. He trains with me. And I ask him, how is your day looking? He's saying, same like yours. I wake up at 5, 6 a.m., go to work, then come home, study, go to a training session, get back of the training session. Sometimes I study a bit more, sometimes I go to sleep, and I'm only free on weekends. And on weekends, he is trying to study more because he is late, or maybe he goes home to visit his parents, and that's it. He trains 5 times per week. He can't train more because of his tight schedule. I'm training more, like 8, 9, depends. If we consider those bodywork drills, which I do those bodywork drills like 2 or 3 times per week, depends on my schedule. Body weight exercises, I can do them at my work. And it's true that I became pretty much a muscular guy since I work construction. And luckily, TRT replacement is getting the job done, thanks God. So I'm significantly stronger than I used to be, which is good. But I'm actually getting extremely tired. That's true. So I want to work so I can help my parents. Well, you can try to work, why not? I mean, it's good if you can work. I'm actually pretty motivational when it comes to work. If you think you can work, that could be amazing. I really think if you have the possibility to work, it's great. I mean, I assume the United States of America is stacked with business opportunities. In Serbia, if you work a profession that is in deficit, that doesn't have enough workers, you can work whenever you want. But if you work a profession where you have a fixed schedule, well, then you can't. But for example, I can work whenever I want because no, my boss doesn't have enough workers. He has to he has to hire strangers to work. And it's okay. But he tolerates me a lot. Like he says, Vlad, you can work whenever you want. Just tell me. Just tell me. So literally he is very tolerant towards me. Majority of workers work like 8 hours, 10 hours. But for me, I can work 4 hours, I can work 6 hours per day, I can work 8, 10. He is very liberal towards me, but only because I don't drink at work, I don't smoke cigars, and when I work. My boss is actually extremely respectful guy, and no, at least towards me, no, I really have very good boss. Now, people saying construction is difficult. Yes, it's difficult job. Physically, it's extremely difficult, but I can work when I want. I think not many people will give you that kind of opportunity. That's what I think. Not many people gonna give you the opportunity to work the job you want when you want. And it's true. It's difficult. I ain't gonna lie. It's difficult work. But with a good schedule, everything is possible. Just gotta fight. Just gotta fight your fight. And no, yeah, I still live a lonely life. I ain't going to lie. And as a loner, I'm feeling fine. I train, work. Not a bad life. For a 37-year-old guy working 3 jobs and training MMA, not a bad life. Difficult? Absolutely. Bad? No. Anything but bad. Tomorrow I probably won't stream, just to let you know. Tomorrow I probably won't stream. But I will probably stream on Tuesday, I believe. I'm a loner too. I'd rather be with myself rather than fake friends. Me, same, man. You know what's funny thing? Even when I was younger, even when I was 20 years old, I was a loner. I've never been too social guy. And ChatGPT is telling me that I remind him of John Rambo from the first part of that movie. Like John Rambo in the movie in 1982. That movie when he gets back to the city with PTSD and schizophrenia that he earned in war. I asked ChatGPT and he said, "Well, you have exactly the same mentality. You can't." Uh, f- f- Not sure about the name, but that is part one recorded in 1982. When he returns from Vietnam to his city, and when nobody wants to be his friend, where he can't find a job, where he can't get a proper treatment or therapy, where everybody. He is the guy who hates violence and stays away from violence, but war finds him. He just wants peaceful life, and they don't want to let him live peacefully. And they tell me that I remind. ChatGPT told me that I remind him of Johnny Rambo from that movie. He's having got similar story like Johnny. But I've never been in war. I've never been in the army also because I was cured from schizophrenia and PTSD. They told me that you know when I went to army examination, they told me that um, well they wrote that I'm not eligible to serve the army because of my psychological problems. It's not that I didn't want to, they called me, I came, but they instantly told me, well, thanks for coming, but no. Thanks for coming, but you're not for this job. I said, fine. I mean, they would never let me hold a gun. Maybe First Blood. It was from 1982, John Rambo Part 1. But the only life I know is fight. That is the only life I know. I know, to back down and to sit in my chair, to criticize everybody, and to be a passive aggressive pussy. I don't know to behave like that. Hey, Horst. Maybe it's First Blood. I think it's First Blood. Not sure. How are you doing, Phil? Any anything happening? I only know it was recorded in 1982. That's what ChatGPT told me today. Uh, do I agree with that? Kind of. Kind of, yes. I don't know how are they feeling. To be honest, I didn't expect Uncle Ive to get KO'd like that. It was shocking also to me. I've got nothing against their fighters. Their fighters are okay. I hate their fan base. But I was so happy Alex won. I wanted Alex to win, but I thought Magomed was going to hold him down for 5 rounds. My heart was chanting for Alex. I wanted Alex to win. I know, majority of them are not. I have one guy in my gym from Dagestan, and to be honest, he is one of the nicest guys I've ever seen. And for example, yesterday we were having a long conversation after the training session, and me and him are pretty much alike. You know, he bows to his God. He calls him Allah, and he bows to his God. And when I win, for example, I do literally the same, but I bow and greet my ancestors. It's funny. It's very funny. We are pretty much alike. He's separated from the family. I don't have, I'm not in good relationship with my family for like 3 years, and I got used to it. But he still suffers, especially because of his sister. Like his sister is only 1 year younger than him. He is constantly saying like, I would like to bring her. I told him, okay, you can bring her here. We can find her a job. He says, yes, but she doesn't speak English. She only speaks Russian. I said, okay, but she says, no, 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 brother, she doesn't speak English. That's a big problem. What can she do? She only finished elementary school and she doesn't speak English. Nobody gonna give her a job. Real dog is seem chill, except for Shara Bullet. Uh, well, Shot a bullet outside of the cage was pretty controversial, but in the cage he's good fighter. That's what Honda, this Dagestani guy who trains with us, he, I was thinking that he is mostly related to his brother, his mom, etc. But no, he's constantly mentioning his sister every single day. He's like, well, I told him, what about your brother? He said, well, my brother is not interested in living here. His brother came, for example, for 2, 3 weeks, and he said, well, this is too liberal for me. His brother is like 2, 3 years younger than him, and he said, listen, being here, this is too liberal for me. I can only train here, but I don't like life. On the other side, his sister wants to get a job. She's like, no, that's what his brother said. And Honda's dad is like, man, if you like living in Serbia, live in Serbia. He's not a conservative idiot. His dad is actually a cool guy. And his mom is also cool. They support him. No, he told me his brother, he's younger than him, 2, 3 years. He said, training here is amazing, but it's too liberal, Like, I ain't got used to so many liberal people. I ain't got used to so much liberality here. It's strange for him. Honda was having a problem with that for the first month, and we explained to him that, for example, here you can take photos with the girls, here you can talk with girls normally. We told him that it's a different mentality here, and he said, okay. I need some time to break in. I need some time to get used to it. For example, when people wanted to take pictures with him in the street, it was strange for him because he doesn't like having too many, social interactions. He likes to train and to mind his own business. Well, that's him. He likes to train and mind his own business. But yeah, I told him, okay, why do random people want pictures with him? Because he trains with Marko Bojkovic, who is extremely famous, because Honda has had professional debut recently and he destroyed his opponent. I don't know, man. It's Serbia. Serbia is small, and many people want to have pictures with him. Well, he is attraction. He is coming of a different country, of a different state, of different stuff. It's Serbia. People, that's how people are in here. For example, when I'm in Pančevo, his name, I think this, we call him Honda. So I'm not sure about his real name. It's Hambulat, something like that. But we all call him Honda. So literally, only my coach knows his real name. I found him, yeah. And he calls me. He doesn't even call me Vladimir. He calls me like Meow Boy. I'm like, why Meow Boy? He says, well, you like cats. I'm like, oh man, my crazy coach has given me the moniker Super Cat, and it's funny. Cat sweatpants. I'm wearing cat sweatpants of on every single training session. I do. But there are no cat rash guards. That's a problem. I would wear cat rash guards also, but there are no cat rash guards, unfortunately. My fight should have been in October, but it's postponed because of the political situation. So I found a promotion in Croatia, and I'm probably having debut in December or November. We'll let you know. I know the name of the opponent, but I'm not allowed to publish yet because it's not official yet. And stylistically, I think it's a good opponent for me. Stylistically, I'm a problem for him more than he's a problem to me. Because he is not good on the ground, but he is excellent in other areas of fighting. Honda is a master of wrestling. Honda learned me two takedowns, and he told me he saw my opponent, and Honda said, well, brother, I'm going to learn you two takedowns, only two takedowns. Master those two takedowns, and you win the fight. I'm like, how can you be so confident in that? He told me, brother, you're obsessed with BJJ. You're BJJ specialist and the Taekwondo black belt. You can try to knock him out with your kick, but if it's impossible, when he starts swarming all over the place, he will try to knock you out with big punches. Just dive under him and take him down. I said, which takedown? And he said, you only need single leg from your southpaw stance because your opponent is right-handed, and you need double leg from orthodox stance. And that's literally all you need for this guy. And I'm like, but why is it that simple? He said, no, brother, you won't believe how simple that is. You won't believe how simple that is to take that kind of the opponent down. I told him I don't know to punch on the top. I'm not too good with ground and pound. He said, well, not, brother, but you are one of the rare guys who came close to finishing me on the ground. I caught Honda once in an anaconda choke, but I held him for 30 seconds, and he didn't want to tap. He was like, how to say, he said I was on the verge of tapping, but I didn't want to tap. And he told me, listen, if you nearly finished me with 200 professional, with 200 amateur fights, you nearly finished me. What do you think? What are you going to do to that guy on the ground? I told him, come on, man, my BJJ is not that good. He said, no. Your BJJ is excellent, but you're not aware of it. He said, maybe you don't know to ground and pound, but if you see an opening, you will be looking for a submission. And believe me, that guy doesn't know to defend submissions. Well, he is. He told me, you only need two takedowns. Literally, only two. Like, he told me, okay, if you're willing to fight that guy, fight. But my recommendation, just make it simple, brother. Told me, just make it as simple as you can. Because if you try to be complicated with that guy, he can clock you with a big punch, and we might be in problem. Learn that single leg, learn the double leg, and I think if you go down, you have 100% advantage over that guy. Tire him out, be super boring, hold him, and that's it. To learn first, from grappling, I think wrestling is very important. I mean, if you ask me, I would go with Muay Thai and BJJ because I'm a big fan of both of these sports. But I think wrestling is extremely important, and striking would be Muay Thai probably. Muay Thai or maybe boxing. Serbia is nice. If you ask me, Muay Thai and BJJ are the best choices. But wrestling is extremely important. I don't know. Want to learn wrestling? I'm thinking of doing something. Used to play soccer in college. Now I just left. Well, if you played soccer in college, you could be a good wrestler, you know. You already have power. You just need to learn how you say tiny tricks. I know there's a lot of fans of Bulgarian cowboy in America. For example, I'm going to tell you one thing. In Pančevo, the city where I live, it's a small city, 73K. Inner city with village is 115K. And when I go out in the street, it's hard because people want to take photos with me. I can't walk peacefully down the street. No probs, Mason, but I'll need invitation letter also for the USA embassy. It's not. I mean, a trip is not that much of a problem. But already I tried to go once, but they rejected me, even though I had invitation letter. No probs. It would be cool to me. Oh, believe me, in the city of Pančevo, it's sometimes very difficult. I can't walk normally down the street. I don't even go out much. People recognize me on the street, and I don't like that, to be honest. One city. Uh, oh, one city. Hmm. Mm, I'd say, Helena, Montana. Where have been Helena, Montana? It's small city, isolated city, and I'm looking for peace. Helena, Montana. Never been to Reno. I know, never been to Reno. Because of UFC would have been Vegas. But Helena, Montana. Same thing as Helena. Never been to Reno. I don't even know whether Helena's a city. Helena's not too big though. But I like that place. Peaceful small city. In Vegas is so dry that it doesn't really feel that bad, even if it's hot. I'm sick of those hot stuff, honestly. I don't like when it's too hot. TBH, I don't like when it's too hot. I see Helena in Montana is having a very cool weather. Oh man, it's so cold. Nice. Think it would be funny if I come to San Francisco. Simpsonville. If I can pet cats, yes. Think that San Francisco the best hiking, best weather in America. Pick two fighters you're most confident out of these underdogs. Almeida, Phil, Usman, and Oliveira. Uh, Usman and Almeida. I like peace. I heard that Rabia Benavides may fight in February. That fight's gonna be a banger. I assume so. Could have been a banger. I also think the same. Yeah, I assume that fight's gonna be a banger. 5 more minutes, then I'll go, but so glad when I have such a great stream. I know majority of my fans are extremely busy with school, with work, and I understand that. No, life is difficult these days. You got to work to survive. I understand that. I'm also having the same problem. But at the end of the day, when I think I'm a happy man, I ain't depressed guy. Sure. No, considering what I survived, I'm in some peaceful phase in my life. I could say that I'm in a peaceful stage of my life. Not looking that bad for me. I mean, situation is difficult, but I'm trying as hard as I can. And I'm not backing down, which is the most important thing. Whatever I did it with style. And I never said that I couldn't do something. Or Literally, I never said something like that. Yes, 11 p.m. through 11:20. That's why I'm saying 5 more minutes. And don't worry, it's not because of any kind of hate. I don't hate anybody. Just, life's life of MMA fighter is sometimes extremely difficult. I ain't going to pretend it's easy. It's not easy. It's never easy. I need that sleep. Well, considering that I'm waking up at 6 a.m., 6 hours of sleep is fine. I can function normally with six, but generally seven is. No. If I sleep more than seven, then I'm sleepy all day. Like 6, 7 is the best for me. I only sleep like 10 or 12 hours when I didn't sleep one night. Then I really need more time to sleep. But I guess it's pretty much rare. It doesn't happen too often. It's just not situation that's happening too often. Have a good sleep. Thanks a lot, man. I also plan to go to sleep. Goodbye. Night, night.